Hi everyone. Before I start the overview for week 2, I just made a few notes while I was grading your assignments and reviewing the discussion, just to go over a few things. One, I wanted to just talk a little bit about IDEA and eligibility for special ed. Something to keep in mind is that to be eligible for special education, a student needs to be identified in one of the disability categories and require specialized instruction. It has to go beyond a child just isn't doing well. If a child has a disability and not doing well, it's possible that through what we call a multi-tiered system of support through general ed, they may end up doing fine. It's those kiddos that need the specialized instruction and possibly related services that are the ones that will qualify for special education under IDEA. And speaking of disability categories, in many of your papers, I mentioned that there are 13 federal disability categories, but there's also a 14th one that states can choose to adopt. And it's called developmental delay. It's for young children ages 3 to age 9, according to federal legislation. But what the legislation says is that states may adopt a statute to allow for developmental delay, but they get to set the definition. So for instance, in Connecticut, we use developmental delay, but it's only up until the end of a child's 5th year, so up through age 6. There are some states that didn't adopt it. I think there are 2 or 3 states that don't have developmental delay as a category. There are probably in the 40 some odd states that have it. I think there are 4 states that go all the way up to age 9, and then all the rest are somewhere in the middle. And the reason why I'm saying so many states is there are states and territories too. So it's more than 50 when we look at who's doing what throughout the nation. So that's developmental delay. I wanted to really quickly just mention accommodations versus modifications. And again, I commented to many of you sort of the difference, and the way I like to think of accommodations and modifications is accommodations change the how. So how are we doing the instruction? Are we providing less problems? Are we providing specialized seating away from distractions? It's not changing what is being taught. A modification will change what is being taught, and you will not see modifications on a 504 plan. The reason why it's called an accommodation plan is it's for accommodations. Modifications are in the swim lane of special education. Also, just for clarification, IEP stands for Individualized Education Program. Even special ed teachers say Individualized Education Plan, and it really is Individualized Education Program. I swear it is. And then there's IFSP, which is an Individualized Family Service Plan. That's for very young children from birth up until age 3, and that is a support plan for families that is done through early intervention. One other brief note is I just wanted to remind all of you that all written assignments should be in APA format. If you are struggling with APA format, the Bay Path Writing Center is a wonderful resource. You can also Google APA and OWL, like the bird that goes whoo, APA OWL, and you will come to a website from Purdue. And there's a lot of examples of using APA format. Remember that you even need to use APA format when you do your initial post to the prompt. There should be references and in-text citation to support your thinking with your initial post to the prompt. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out. So this week, you do have a heavy lift with reading. You're going to be reading chapter 5, 7, 8, and 11. Assistive technology, individuals with learning disabilities, a chapter about ADHD, and a chapter about speech and language development. And there's also a few brief videos for you to watch as well. If you find that the videos are helpful, let me know, because they're intended to be supportive and to reinforce the content that you're getting in the readings in the textbook. For our discussion this week, you're going to be watching another video called Welcome to Holland. And you're going to actually, I'd like to hear your personal reaction and personal experiences with regard to the Welcome to Holland video. Please consider posting a video post this week. It's really nice to get to know each other a little bit better. You can use Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I use for posting these video messages. If you have questions about using Screencast-O-Matic and you're having a problem, send me an email and I'd be happy to talk you through it. But I would really look forward to seeing some video posts if you choose to do that. Remember that if you do a video post, make sure that you also include in your post your references that you used for your initial response to the post. And let's see, I think we have something else here. Yes, we have an assignment. We have an assignment called Misunderstood Minds. For Misunderstood Minds, you're going to get a chance to try on both ADHD and learning disability and see and experience what it feels like to be impacted by both of those disabilities. You can either write a paper or you can create a mind map. And I encourage you to try different ways to show me what you've learned. So a mind map is a great way for you to try something new if you choose. Papers are good, but again, push yourself a little bit and get a little bit out of your comfort zone and try something different if you're up for it. If you need to get a hold of me, email me or check in with me during office hours. I'd be happy to set up a time to talk. If there are any areas where you'd like me to have a synchronous session and we could invite the whole class to and have a conversation about a particular topic for the course, let me know. And otherwise, I look forward to hearing from all of you this week. Have a great week.